Is the song bad? No. Is the performance bad? No. Was it the best song and the best performance of the contest?
No. The French song was better.
The French song was better, and the Finnish song is way more
popular and more
hyped. Welcome to another episode from Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P, and today we're here to talk about Eurovision.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody's still talking about. You know, the robbery that went on Eurovision. But before we talk about that, let me just say this. As a kid growing up in Portugal, I watched Eurovision. I wasn't really committed to it because Portugal always sucked. So because of that, I never really felt like, this is kind of my... Plus, I didn't like the music. Honestly, I didn't like it. I watched it because my parents would watch it, and I was in the room, and therefore I'm kind of like watching it, but I was never really into it. So let me say this. This is the first year that I was really into it.
Same.
I was really into it. From the preliminary rounds to the final. Fuck, we even spent money and we voted.
Yeah. Well, for me, normally I'll watch here and there, like whatever will come into my feed, but I wasn't invested into it. It was more of it's a side thing that happens. I'll watch a performance here and there.
Some highlights.
Sometimes I'll go back and see some old ones, like the Ukraine one from last year was really fucking good.
That was good, actually, yeah.
If you hear the actual song was really fucking good. So, like, stuff like that, I'll watch, but this year was...
Not so much this year's.
This year, committed to the fact where my fucking TikTok, the For You page...
No, I mean, the Ukrainian song from this year was not as good. Not even close.
Not even close as good as the one from last year. But what I'm saying is, from Eurovision in general, I was so committed. Even my TikTok knew, and my For You page, I can't scroll. I'll scroll, and 4 out of 5 videos will be a Eurovision-related video.
Okay, so let's talk about the final. There's no point in talking about the preliminary rounds, because I think the only thing from the preliminary rounds that I feel that needs to be addressed is Georgia should have made it to the final.
Oh, definitely.
How the fuck did Georgia not make it to the final and Croatia did? This has nothing to do... let me just start off by saying this. This has nothing to do with nationalism. This has nothing to do with me liking one country versus the other. I'm talking about purely about performance and music.
I'll say performance-wise, Croatia wins. But music-wise... Georgia's song
was way better.
But I think when people are thinking about Eurovision is people always you're looking for both performance and song, right? And
I know, but
the Croatian performance was so over the top and so weird.
I know, but the song is better. At the end of the day, if one is lacking, the one you hope it's lacking is the performance, not necessarily the song.
True.
Anyways, from the preliminary rounds, the only one I felt that it was a shock was Georgia not making, because I honestly thought that was a really good song. Now we get into the
and Malta
final.
being so low.
Yeah, but I honestly...
It wasn't that good, but it shouldn't have been like... It was literally the lowest one on the semi...
But to me, Georgia was really the one that sticks out in my mind. Georgia and Croatia, because I never thought Croatia was going to make it, and I thought Georgia was a shoo-in.
Yeah.
And it went the complete opposite way. Once you get into the final... I said this before on another platform that I had a horse and a pony on this race because I was really hoping for Lord of the Lost to do really good and Voyager from Australia to do really good because they were the medal representatives in this year's edition. Voyager did pretty good. They did mid-table.
Yeah. They were on the...
They got some number 1 votes from the judges too.
So when they were eating...
the guy almost spit his pizza out.
People were putting online. It's like they didn't think they were gonna get picked, so they started eating lunch.
So I thought Voyager did really good. To me, they surpassed, I think, probably even their own expectations.
Well, yeah, you could see in his...
you could see in
weren't
the
expecting 12-point votes.
So they did really good. Now, Lord of the Lost, not so much.
Not so much, and I mean...
Last place.
Yeah.
I know last is the first of the last.
Of the last?
And
they were underneath Croatia.
Well, technically, they were underneath everybody. So, I mean, in an orgy, that's not a bad thing, but in this case, it is a horrible thing. I
think it's an injustice here.
I don't think they deserve to be last.
Yeah.
Honestly, are you telling me that of all the bands that played the final, they were the worst one? They were not.
When
the musicians, they were not.
And when it came to juicing up the fans, they did the best.
Dude, like they actually they were not just singing.
They were hyping up.
If you're talking about performance, they actually performed.
They performed really well.
They performed really well. I thought it was so unfair as the votes started coming in from the judges, and only two countries gave him points. One gave him 1 and one gave him 2. Then I was expecting, okay, the fan base, people are going to call.
Yeah,
they have fans all over the world because, Germany can't vote for their own country.
Yeah.
So people are going to vote. We voted. We gave them points.
Yeah.
We spend our money. We spend like $10 in votes. We give them votes. And then the votes come in and they're like...
15.
Yeah, they barely move the needle. I think they finished with 19 or 18. Something like that. I was like, wow, that's it? That's...
What, the Lord of the Lost crowd didn't come out?
Exactly. They have fans everywhere. They're touring with Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you're telling me you guys can't, like, throw $1 in or two?
Unless their fan base is not necessarily Eurovision fan base.
It doesn't matter.
And they didn't really care.
It doesn't matter.
Or you think they're cheap? They thought they could vote for free, and then when they found out it was €1 per vote, they're like, fuck that shit.
Like us?
Yeah, originally we were going to go and
all 20 votes for you, both of us, right? And we were going to go through, it's like, Portugal I'll give 4 just because it's Portugal.
I was like, Portugal I'll give 1, Lord of the Lost 15. And then the price tag comes in, I'm like,
And then he's like, hey, do you want to just use your phone?
All right, let's just cut it down a little bit. Just a notch.
We gave a couple votes to...
We give like 4 votes to Lord of the Lost or something like that. And we give 1 to Voyager, 1 to the Finnish dude.
𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠.
And 1 to Voyager, or the Portuguese, just because...
𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠.
Yeah, just because I'm Portuguese. Yeah. So anyways, we even voted. I honestly don't feel of the songs in the final, that one was the
worst. Come on.
No, how does the Belgium song get so many votes?
Listen. For as much hate as that Belgium song is somewhat getting,
the guy was a ripoff of Boy George. Boy George Cole. He wants his fucking hat back.
But you know what though? That song has a nice vibe to it, so I'll allow it.
Dude,
but what I say the injustice comes is how the Polish song,
Solo. Come on.
Bama, like come on.
Even the Israeli one.
No,
you want to see me dance?
No, the Israeli one was getting a lot of hype, so I knew it was going to get a lot of votes.
No, but just because it's getting hype doesn't mean it's good. Like even the song, I can't remember the country with the little guy playing the flute.
Moldova?
Yeah,
that's a good song.
That song was great. That song was great. How the fuck does that song not finish like higher? Norway was amazing.
Norway
was amazing.
Norway only finished high because of the televotes.
I think they were Finland had the most televotes. Then I think Sweden had the second. No, Norway had the second most.
Norway had the second most.
And then Finland and Sweden had the third. Norway's song was amazing. Amazing. I want to see 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠 𝗧𝗢 do a song with that girl, whoever she is. She had an amazing voice.
I don't think 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗢 𝗧𝗢 is gonna go do a.
Oh, they should. They should.
Definitely, she should.
She deserved to finish higher overall.
Yeah, I think third place.
Israeli girls finished ahead of her. The Belgium guy, the Belgium waffle, finished ahead of her.
Did he?
Yeah, because he also got a lot of votes from the audience, but he had a lot of votes from the judges.
Yeah.
To me,
not as much as Loreen, the Swedish one.
No, obviously, everybody voted like
340.
Jesus. We'll get into that.
It was overpowered.
I felt that there was a lot of injustice. I already mentioned Lord of the Lost finishing last as one.
The French one.
Norway was definitely one.
𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠.
The French performance was outstanding.
Dude, she was so
not because
elegant.
she's French Canadian, but like.
But she was so elegant with it. The way
she was even elegant in the way she gave the finger to the camera.
Oh, the way she gave the finger to the camera.
Did you guys watch that?
That's so Quebecois. That was so Quebecois.
She went in a roundabout way.
Yeah, she went like this. Like it was so French Canadian.
It was so
it was unreal.
It was so poutine. So poutine.
I mean, damn. Honestly, that was so fucking French Canadian of her to elegantly just flip off the camera.
Dude, I even liked the English song quite a bit. I thought the English song was good.
Oh, I think she was last.
In the phone vote, not the phone votes, but the fan votes, she got the least amount of points.
Yeah.
She got the least amount of points.
No.
But she wasn't last overall.
She got 9. The least amount was Spain. They got 5.
Oh, Spain got 5. But the Spanish song was bad, dude.
The Spanish song also finished above.
I know, but it was bad.
That song was so bad.
That song was bad,
dude. The Portuguese song had more Spanish flair than the fucking Spain song.
The Portuguese song was like a mix of flamenco, like with had like a
and she was even dressed in a way of like
way more. I wasn't a fan of the Spanish song. Yeah, you're right. The Spanish song only got 5. But anyhow, but still finished ahead of Lord of the Lost overall. I just felt like the English song was actually not bad. Her performance wasn't good. She was very stiff. She wasn't moving around. She was very stiff.
She doesn't have the greatest voice, but the song...
No, vocally, I thought she carried the song well. I think
she's not consistent with it, because I've seen other performances, and it's very lackluster. But for the performance at the time, it was good.
I just felt like the overall show that she put on, it was her dancers behind her. Like, she wasn't moving around. She wasn't doing anything. She was just walking.
But then you can say the same about the French one, but the French one, it was all about the...
She's on a fucking pedestal. Like, what the fuck? If she dances, she falls off the pedestal. Like, she can't dance.
She was doing as much as she could up there, though. She was moving...
It's as cool as the fucking Swedish one that's in the French press. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's cool about that? You're, like, being squeezed by 2 walls, and then one starts to... Anyways, I want to leave that for last. But what I'm saying is that there was so many... Yeah, there were so many great performances. I honestly really like the Armenian one. The Cyprus dude was amazing.
The Cyprus dude was really good, yeah.
He had a fucking amazing voice,
and one that you don't like that I like, and I actually listen to some of their other stuff, because they have other stuff. A lot of the artists from Eurovision normally just have the Eurovision song. That's
not true, but okay.
Some of them do. Some of them don't. Some of them just have the one song. But these guys have like an album or 2 out. Joker out. The guys from Slovenia. I listen to that type of music anyways, right? And they have an English version of the song 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠 𝗧𝗢 or whatever the fuck the song that they put out. But I like the Slovenian one too.
That wasn't my cup of tea. Neither was Serbia, by the way.
Serbia wasn't my cup of tea either. But I like the what's it called?
And neither was Croatia.
Okay.
Croatia, the whole time I'm watching that thing and I'm like, what? Okay. When is security coming in and kicking these people out? Because they obviously don't belong here.
How do they win?
They obviously don't belong here. When is somebody going to escort, Modric off stage so he can move on with his shit? Like, seriously, like, what the fuck? I just, to me, that's just being different for the sake of being different. I don't know.
Apparently, it was very anti-war their thing. Okay. But I don't know. The song wasn't good.
I don't even know. I think the only reason Ukraine even made it to the Ukraine song was horrible compared to last year. This year's song was not good at all.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as good. I feel like
they got the sympathy vote because they were hosting, right? They were supposed to be hosting, so they got the sympathy. It wasn't good, man. Like, Georgia's song should have made it instead of Ukraine. In all honesty, I think a lot of the times these votes is very politically driven.
Oh, really?
In case you guys didn't know. Like Germany is last. I don't think that's a surprise. But if I was Germany,
I'd be like, Switzerland, you guys didn't give me votes. When next time you guys ask me for money, go somewhere else. Like,
or any other country.
It's like asking Germany. It's like
I would be like with so in Eurovision last year you gave us 0 points. 0 points.
That means you get 0
That
euros.
means you get 0 euros. Yeah. Das go.
Das go.
That would be me if I was the German government.
Like
to anybody coming asking me for money.
Italy asking Germany.
Oh fuck! Italy's song was horrible too. Dude. Come on.
Italy asking Germany for money. Arrivederci, go away. And then he's like going back.
Schnell. So, anyways, Italy's song was horrible too. I didn't like it.
It wasn't horrible. Okay, but
compared, for example, to Måneskin,
that
true. One. You have to compare. I mean, I know it's not fair to compare with bands or groups or
especially
singers that won years before. But even in the context of this competition this
year,
they
weren't as strong
they were
as
not
ones
like
behind them.
No.
Like, if I'm going for a song like his, the guy from Cyprus,
way better
than him.
If you're gonna go for a solo male singer,
which Greece giving Cyprus 4 votes, I don't know about that one. Jesus.
At least they didn't give them 12.
No, normally they give each other high votes. Like Cyprus and Greece normally give each other.
I know, but maybe they felt like it was too obvious. So this year they're switching around. This year they were like,
I don't know. Maybe someone contacted. I don't know. I don't remember who Greece gave the 12 points to.
Spain and Portugal, we always give points to each other.
Yeah,
it's the right thing to do. When you have borders.
So why the fuck didn't Switzerland or Austria give any points to fucking Germany?
I know. I Well, maybe they're still miffed about what happened in
They
the
were
past.
friends in the past. I don't know, man. We were sitting
Maybe
in
they're
the
trying
car.
to distance
We were
themselves
sitting in the
from
car,
that.
and when Israel came on to give votes,
Oh yeah, Israel.
we're
There's no way they're getting.
we were complaining that Germany wasn't getting any votes, and then Israel was next, and we're like, oh, okay, well, we already know they're not getting any votes, and to our surprise, no votes.
Yeah, but once again, people sometimes just can't let bygones be bygones. But anyways, let's talk about the top two. Let's finish off this conversation with the top two, which was unfortunately Sweden, and Finland.
Very metal, very party, very cha-cha.
The dude won the popular vote by a landslide. It was not even close.
Dude, what they should do is the jury and judge. I know that this wouldn't be fair to. I guess they would have to do it on the spot there, right? But to get into the finals, the judges have to make their thing, right? And then you saw on the day that Finland went, they were at the top. I think they had more than Sweden on that day, right? They should have just kept those and then put the televotes on top of that.
No, you know how this whole thing should be? The whole thing should be done the way I'm going to say, which is the countries vote. First of all, I don't care how much money you fucking donated to this shit. You go in the pool with everybody else.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Never mind this 5 countries. It's the host. It's not 5. It's the host.
It's whoever wins.
Whoever wins, the host. And, well, whoever wins the host is normally the same. In this case, it wasn't because England hosted on behalf of Ukraine. But normally, obviously, the host...
No, but Ukraine was in there.
I know, because they weren't able to host. England was hosting for them. So England got added by default.
Normally it's the host.
The host is Germany, Italy, France,
England.
and England.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that donate the most amount of money.
No, there was another one. Wait, what was it? Italy, Germany, France, England, and there was another one. It was the big 5.
Germany? We already said that?
Yeah, Germany, whatever.
France, England,
Spain.
Was it Spain?
Yeah, because Spain didn't go through... Did Spain go through the... I don't think Spain went through the...
So anyhow, whoever... I don't think... Spain doesn't have any money. He can't be Spain. Anyways, the point being, they should do away with that. I don't care if you donate more money. Well, what does that get you? Germany finished last. England didn't finish that far up from them. So give away with all of that shit. If you don't want to donate money, don't fucking donate money. But give away with that. Everybody should start off on equal footing. Then what happens is the judges from the countries, you play the performance in 2 days, and then you have maybe at the end of day 2, you have the vote. Like you call the judges at home, like they do there, and you vote. And then the top ones make it to the final based on the judges' votes. They make it to the final. And then the final is 100% up to the audience. 100% up to the audience. Let people vote. Fuck, you want to make things interesting? Let people vote.
Yeah, because this would also kind of stop people from doing joke votes, like making Croatia win with the fucking...
Not only that, this would stop the whole you scratch my back, I scratch yours that we see every fucking year on Eurovision. It's a political, showcase because when it comes down to countries voting for one another and they have to publicize who they're voting for and how many points, it becomes very public. So it becomes very political at the same time.
Okay, then why the fuck did Greece give Cyprus 4 points?
Yeah, they were having a good day. So
they were pissed that their
Turkey was not there. Turkey was not there, so they were having a good day.
Turkey's never there.
So anyhow, what I'm saying is that let the judges decide who goes to the final. Remove the 5 that automatically qualify. I think the only one that should automatically qualify should be the winner, like the host, winner/host, because obviously.
Let's say out of the ones that were automatically qualified, in my opinion, France was the best, and Germany obviously because it's Lord of the Lost.
Yeah, but I would say France.
But France,
the French song was even better.
When it comes to Eurovision songs, I'm sorry, Chris, you guys were second. France was first. From the ones that are
automatically in. So I think you have to do away with that. Just have the judges vote on who makes it to the final. Then once you're in the final, it's 100% up to the people.
Yeah.
Let the people decide. Let the people decide. And never mind this, because back in the day, the people not even had a vote. 100% was the judges.
Yeah.
Now it's 50-50. But give away with the 50-50. Like if 1,000 people vote for Germany, that's 1,000 points that they get. Like let the actual phone vote or text vote be worth a vote Like 1 per
Not a
one.
percentage.
Not a percentage. 1 per 1. Let it be that way. I think that's the way we have to do it. Now, one will argue, a country like Germany, the Germans cannot vote for their own because within their own country they can. So this actually gives an advantage to countries that have a huge amount of immigrants.
Yeah.
Because if you're a country that exports your own people, like Portugal, for example, we're technically at an advantage. But that also doesn't mean that every single person is going to call.
I give more votes to fucking Germany than I did Portugal.
Exactly. Just because you have more people spread around the world, it doesn't mean you're going to get more votes.
And I was gonna give 9 to originally before we found out that it was a charge. I was gonna give 9 to Germany. I was gonna give 8 to Germany, 1 to France, 1 to Portugal, and then 5 each to Finland and Australia.
I don't buy that excuse that if you do that, then a country like I don't know, Spain or Greece that has a lot of people all over the world, they're going to win automatically because everybody's going, no!
What people weren't Finnish and they still wanted the fucking Finland guy to win. Are you telling me there's a surplus of Finnish exports? I don't see that.
I don't see that either. When you look at that list, there's a lot more people from Cyprus, Greece, Portugal, Spain, living abroad in other places than some of the other countries that don't have a huge
France.
Yeah, how many people immigrate people immigrate to France, not France to other places. This is not, we're not back colonizing Africa here. They're not moving all over the place. So what I'm saying is I think that would be perhaps the fairest of them all in terms of results. I don't like this judge voting at all.
I don't like it. Am I going to watch Eurovision next year?
Yeah. Fuck, I'll still watch next year. This year, I'm hooked. This year really got me going.
And the thing is, like,
but okay, we still haven't addressed the elephant in the room. Sweden winning.
Yeah, Sweden winning. Honestly, when it comes to performance, I like it. I love the performance. When it comes to song, the song was nothing special. It was a good song. It was a pretty good song. Don't get me wrong. In the context of the Eurovision, it's a good song. Was it winning worthy though? I just think it's because ABBA it's the 50th anniversary next year.
Oh, you're buying into that whole conspiracy theory? That Sweden only won because it's the 50-year anniversary next year and now they're hosting?
Is it not just too perfect?
It is perfect. I'm not gonna lie.
Where the Finnish guy is the most popular guy. Fuck, he's so lovable. He was like saying on an interview, he was saying sorry for not winning. Like, he felt bad because he didn't win. Like, he felt like he did his country a disservice.
No. He has nothing to be ashamed of. Maybe his jacket, but outside of that, nothing.
I love his jacket. He looks like fucking Sigma from Overwatch. It's awesome.
Fucking guy. My thing is this. Was the Swedish song bad? No.
No.
Was the performance bad?
No.
It was a good performance. It was a very elaborate performance in terms of the two walls and her laying down in the middle with her big ass nails.
But I think she just milked the nails too much. That's the one thing about her performance I didn't like, is just she was really doing...
The whole time I'm wondering is how she wipes her ass with those nails.
No, for me it was more like the chicks in my high school who used to eat Takis with long ass nails, and then when they would talk to you, they would go like this. That's what it reminded me of. So the entire time she was doing it, I'm like, you're kind of milking the fact you have long nails. Like, I didn't like
the nails and the lips. To me, there was a lot of shit happening there. But anyhow.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Is the song bad? No. Is the performance bad? No. Was it the best song and the best performance of the contest?
No. The French song was better.
The French song was better, and the Finnish song is way more...
popular and more...
Hyped,
yeah.
Hyped. It's a more memorable song.
Like, kind of, you know how... so... They did that.
Dude, everybody in the place was singing the song and chanting his name and whatever.
Yeah, they even stopped like things just to chant and everything. And even Finland kind of got into it. There was like
a week from now, nobody's gonna remember that winning song. It's just not memorable. It's a good song, but it's not memorable.
No one's talking about the winning song. Everyone's talking about 𝗙𝗏𝗧.
I know. He's probably gonna have a
he's gonna do something with Lord of the Lost. They were on the carpet together and they were talking about stuff.
Oh, they should do something together.
Because his song, because he says my song is very metal, very crazy, very party, very cha-cha.
She's won now for twice.
Yeah.
She's obviously a good singer.
I'm not downplaying anything.
I'm not saying that it was not a good song. I'm not saying it was not a good
But
performance.
was it winning worthy?
But it was winning worthy. In my opinion, it was not. It was not worth all the 12s. It was not.
No. It was not. It was worth a couple 12s, definitely not as much as she got.
Most of the performance was like a Instagram video, like promoting like nails or something. I don't know.
Her, like I said, I feel like the French song was better.
Even her on that fucking pedestal, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, her doing her thing on the pole.
The French song was really good.
It was so elegant.
Really yeah.
I mean...
Very French.
Very French. Oh, very French.
No.
Évidemment.
No, croissant.
I don't even know what that means.
Anyhow, I'm not... because I saw some comments online, the Finns versus the Swedes kind of thing.
Dude,
you're just hating. And
you see that the Finland played Sweden in hockey, and they were playing fucking cha-cha before the game, and everyone was singing it around. Like,
I just think that is a win. When I think of
Eurovision, of what Eurovision is, and
what I want a winning song to be,
it's that.
That is definitely it.
Right?
That is definitely it.
What would be your top 5?
My top 5 would have been Finland.
Yes. Sweden doesn't make my top 5.
It doesn't make my top 5 either. So it would have been...
When it comes to song, not performance, song itself.
Finland, number 1, for sure. I really like Norway, so I would have had Norway as number 2. I believe is Armenia, the guy with the flute?
No, it's Moldova.
Moldova. So I definitely have Moldova.
Tantric sex guru. That's what he was.
Dude, the guy is having orgasms through his eyelids. So I would have Moldova number 3.
Yeah.
I would have Australia number 4 and Lord of the Lost number 5. That would be my top 5.
Okay.
Because Lord of the Lost, from a performance point of view, they had it. I love Blood and Glitter.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best song in the contest, but it's a song that I really enjoy and plays really well into the world that we're currently living in. It's current in terms of the theme that it has, and Lord of the Lost perform it as a band performing live. Not just singing your A's and B's, but no, actually interacting with the audience in this kind of...
Yeah.
Which nobody did it besides them.
Yeah, because the last one was not for the jury, it was for the fans.
For the fans.
So no one went out of their comfort zone. They were the only ones.
Everybody was just like ABC, like following the... And they didn't. So for me, that would be my top 5. Yours?
For me, Finland definitely has to make my top 5. France has to make my top... I fucking love that song. And... Obviously, Lord of the Lost have to make my top 5. I'm not putting this in any order. Lord of the Lost got to make my top 5. I love Promise from Voyager, just the start of it. And my last one is a battle between 3. It's a battle between Moldova, Norway, and Slovenia. I really like that Slovenian song. So I'm going to put Slovenia. I really like Bojan and all those guys, especially when you see them backstage with...
I don't care about what they do backstage.
And all
they could be doing cartwheels backstage.
It doesn't matter. When it comes to the song, I enjoy that song. It's very lighthearted, and it's just a good song. It's feel good music. That's what it is. So
make me feel good.
For me, those are my 5 there. But notice how Sweden didn't even crack. Like I even said, Moldova and Norway would still be above them.
Sweden would be my top 10.
Definitely top 10.
In my top 10, but that's it. All right, so next year, more Eurovision?
Next year we should go to Eurovision.
Fuck, maybe that's what we need to do. Never mind Wacken. Let's fucking go to Eurovision. A&P-Reacts invades Eurovision. In Sweden.
I mean, we've been wanting to go to Sweden.
I'm a big ABBA fan.
And it's ABBA's 50th. I mean, I think it's perfect.
I think the stars are aligning.
For us to go to
Eurovision.
Gothenburg or wherever the fuck.
I'm sure that's where they're going to host.
I'm pretty sure that's where
I'm sure it's not in Malmo.
No, definitely not.
Who the fuck goes to Malmo? Nobody. Not even the people that live there.
Zlatan.
He left. Yeah. As soon as he could, he left.
That's true.
He didn't go there. He left. All right. On that note, guys, let us know your thoughts on this year's Eurovision. Hit us up in the comment section. It's going to be a doozy. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.